So Batman, the Joker, Alfred and a random citizen from Gotham are in the Batmobile together. Who is driving the car? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it while I take some water. Time's up. Alright, so if you were expecting some kind of punchline, sorry, there ain't none. This is gonna be a serious video, but the answer is the person driving the car is who you decide is driving the car. Because those four characters are within all of us. This is a mindset that I learned from, I can't even remember the name, but it was a mind-blowing philosophy. And as you embrace this, as you use it, it's going to help you shift your mindset from something more negative to something more positive. Is it going to make you a fantastic person and a superhero of your own life instantly, overnight? Absolutely not. But it's going to change the way you think, the way you act, and the results you're going to get in this world as a result. So, you have Batman. We classify that as a hero character, DH. Then we have Alfred. What is Alfred to Bruce? He's a mentor. He's a guide. So we use the G for that. Then we start with the more evil characters, which is the Joker in this case, the villain. And in his case, it would probably be some weird, twisted smile, like that. Then there's also the citizen from Gotham. And we would classify this as another V, which is the victim. So if you're looking at this and you're like, Michael, what the hell is the point? Why am I even watching this shit? Let me explain how this works, how these voices are inside of you, and how you can use this to better your life, and how I've used it myself. So you have this part of you, the hero side. The side that says, you know what? I can do this shit. You know what? I can start this side hustle, and then actually takes the steps to do it. The hero is the courageous part of you that undertakes these steps that you already know you should be taking. There is also this guide inside of you. If you have ever had a hunch of, oh my god, that's a brilliant idea. Those instincts, those hunches, those things of guidance along your path of, I should totally do this thing. Those likely come from the side of you that knows best. Your wise part. Your mentor, your inner guide. But there's also something that Hollywood taught us, which is this thing. It's about the villain. And the thing about both the hero and the villain is that I have the same kind of backstory. Both of them have been through pain. Both of them have been through suffering. And every single person on this planet, myself included, you included, and literally everyone around us, every single person has been through some kind of adversity, some kind of struggle. I don't know what it is for you, but I know that you can overcome this. 100%. Here's the lesson that Hollywood taught us. Either you get bitter. That's the villain. That's the part of you that says, oh my god, I've been through so much suffering, and now I'm in a negative mind space where I'm gonna bring other people down. Some people just want to watch the world burn. But there's also the hero part of you. Either you get bitter or you get better. Batman has been through some shit. Bruce saw his parents get murdered. But instead of getting bitter and turning it out on the world, he became better. He became Batman so that he could protect other people. So the negative events in your life, the struggle, the setbacks, the heartbreak maybe, the utter defeat, you can either choose to rise from it, to become the better person, to level up and to do better next time. Or you can be like, you know what, what's the point? It's never gonna work. The rich are crooked. This game is rigged. And you can go to this side. Or you can go through the same experience and end up over here, which is called the victim. So what this means is that you say, well, I've been through stuff. I've been through suffering. I tried, I failed, and what is even the point? I can never do this. It's against me. I can never succeed. That voice inside of you, it's this one. It's the voice of the victim. And the thing is, we all have these four within us. All of us. From the most successful person on the planet to the least successful. However, like that analogy I used of Batman, the Joker, Alfred, and one of his victims in the car, who is driving? And you decide. You can give in to these thoughts of, oh, it's never going to work for me. I'm just a loser. Or you can interrupt yourself. Be like, you know what? No, I can do this. Literally, you can role play this inside of your own head. And you can ask yourself, what would the best version of me that knows what's best, what would my wisest version tell me right now, in this moment? How would my own mentor inside of my own head, what advice would he give me? Or would she give me? And then you can act upon that. You can also say, you know what? If I was feeling extremely bold right now, what would I be able to do? What actions would I take right in this moment? And you're asking the hero part of you. There's an interesting story from Beyonce, where she is religious. And a part of her doesn't want to be like dressed up in a skimpy outfit, like twerking or whatever, right? And so she created an alter ego. I can't remember the name she gave it. But she has Beyonce, and then she has this alter ego. And when she goes on stage, she imagines she is that person. She is not this more conservative woman. But she realized that her ambitions, her goals, her dreams required certain things from her. And she created in her own head a persona that fits that bill. You have that within you as well. You can give your own hero internally. You can give it a name. You can give it some kind of character, some persona, some attitudes, and non-negotiables. So you can say, the best part of me is always going to take action. The best part of me only stops working when he feels satisfied with his effort for the day. You can say, the best part of me is always going to be positive towards other people. Always going to be inspiring and leaving people better than they were when I found them. That is your choice. And now, as you know that you have these personas inside of your own heads, now it becomes a matter of who is in control of your thoughts most of the time. Are you going to listen to the hero part of you? Are you going to take advice from the guide within you? Or are you going to stay suffocated inside of your own destructive thoughts of, I'm going to get back at other people. I am going to do worse to others because I feel bad. Or are you going to say, well, I can never do this. Once you realize that you can control your own thoughts, your own mind, and that you can ask better questions to yourself, kind of create these personas, role play it. That is going to give you control. And maybe, let's take an example. Let's say right now, it is 90% over on this bottom side and 10% up here. One thing you can do is to really start throughout your day. Start asking questions of, what would my best self do? What piece of wisdom can I get from the situation? What is one way in which this negative situation right now is actually going to be a positive? What can I learn from this? And as you ask these kinds of questions, as you ask yourself, what would my best version of myself do and act like in the situation? Maybe you go from this to 80%. And then you have 20% over here. And from there on, maybe you go to 70-30, 40-60, 50-50, right? And over time, you start gravitating more towards this side here than you do towards this negative side over here. You're never going to get rid of either of these. None of them. They all are within us. We all have self-doubt. We all have those moments where we are at our worst. And maybe we curse at the person who cuts us off in traffic. That is where this side, the villain side, is coming out. We all have these things inside of our heads. But the thing is, you can feel one way, but still act another. You can choose which thoughts and emotions you act upon. Just like a few days ago, I ordered something that I want to show you. Literally, it came in today. So this is a decoration for my window. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. A quote from Marcus Aurelius. And by the way, if you want to truly take your life to the next level, go to Amazon, go to your bookstore and look for Meditations, the book based upon Marcus Aurelius' life. It's a very short book and it's going to give you so many nuggets of how to become your best self. And so with that said, let me share with you one more important lesson about the negative voices in your head. But first, if you like this video, give it a quick thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'd love to see you in the next video. If this is bringing value to you, share it with someone who can also appreciate this journey. Because going through personal development alone, it's not always a fun thing. You want to have people around you that you can grow with together. So if you know people like that, share this video with them. The thing about the negative voices in your head is that they are not you. Not the true you, that is. No baby is born insecure. No baby comes out of the womb like, wow, I'm so insecure, don't look at me. Right? No. Of course not. When someone is born, they have their full personality. However, things happen during our lifetimes. Maybe it is bullying. Maybe you get rejected. Maybe you play the piano and your parents tell you that you need to practice more and that you need to get better. And you interpret that as, I'm not good enough. And so the thing about these kinds of voices, the negativity, is that it's not the true you. These are echoes of what other people have told you. So the bully in school 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 30 years ago, they told you, you suck, you're a loser. And now you have this voice inside of your mind saying, oh, I'm such a loser. And it sticks in your mind. It keeps circulating and it keeps you down. But the thing you need to realize is that it's an echo from something that happened to you or something that somebody else told you. It is not the true you. And so what my recommendation would be is to start finding these within you. Start asking the question of, how do I get out of this? What positive effect is this going to have on my life? What can I do right now in this moment to make progress? What is something that helps me bring out the best in me? And as you ask these questions, you will get answers from yourself. Because the truth is, you know, right? You already know a couple of things that you can be doing right this moment to take your life from where you are to where you want to go. Now it becomes a matter of little by little tuning out these negative voices and listening to the true hero within you, the true you. Not the you that has been suppressed by life, not the you that is listening to what somebody negatively told you about yourself 20 years ago or 10 years ago. Listen to the true you, because the real you knows that you can do 10 times more than you are today. Start tuning into that. Start listening to that channel. And as you do that, over time, It's not going to go immediately. Over time, your mindset is going to shift to something where your inner hero is in control. Your hero is the one driving the car. And your hero, not the Joker, not the random captive citizen. The hero is behind the driving wheel of the Batmobile. With Alfred, your wise mentor inside of your own head, be riding shotgun and giving you directions of where to take your life. And that is the answer to who is truly driving the car. Who wants you to take action, who wants you to start tuning out the negativity and tune in to the real you. The real you that is kind enough to press the like button and watch this video next so that he can learn more about taking that next step.